The relevance of our work is that we study proteins and peptides, and they are actually machineries that form life. If we understand proteins and peptides and how they function, we can also explain how diseases happen, like cancer, and how we can treat that in the future.
This is a mass spectrometer, and with this mass spectrometer we perform the work that we do, which we call proteomics. And in proteomics, what we try to understand is how cells and how organisms work by studying the proteins that are inside them. These mass spectrometers generate a large amount of data because they essentially determine the identity of one peptide or protein every 100 milliseconds. And that means that we generate so much information that we need a very efficient way and very big way of storing all this data.
For me, that's a beautiful sight. There's really a lot of data in there. So if you take a look at this amount of data, this is all stored on our Dell object storage cluster basically. And from that, we take the data again and then we do the number crunching and actually identify the proteins that produce these spectra.
Okay, so basically what we do here is we take the massive amount of information generated by the mass spectrometers and reduce that to a small number of identifiers, proteins, and basically we're only interested in a small subset of these. So we're looking for the proteins that determine whether you're healthy or whether you're ill. That's what these computers help us do. Yeah? So we go from a lot of information to a single list that we can understand.
So the Intel processors inside of these storage clusters are quite fast, which also helps you in the data throughput basically from and to the machines. And we see a huge increase in speed already with this storage solution.
The object storage has a high reliability and has a quick access, so our end users are very happy to be able to retrieve our data and store it and be sure that it's stored reliably in the long term. So, due to the use of the Intel processors, we've been able to reduce heat a lot. If you look at our server rack, it's very small, but still it's very powerful. And if you compare it to our previous solution, you could see that it was very warm. It was a lot of computers that were all doing the same work. Now we are reduced to a smaller solution. Heat has gone down and also the power usage.
One of the great benefits of the new storage, in my view, is that we can store our data in a much more safe way, which is especially important if we measure data also for other people. And our group and department is involved in a lot of international collaborations where other people from other countries come here to measure their valuable samples. And then of course it's very important to have a proper and safe way of storing our data, because it's not our data, but it's the data we measure for other people.
Well, the nice idea about the system is in this storage solution that we have two different towers of services that basically talk to each other and replicate the data. Previously we had to store or back up to tape, and that was really slow and tedious work and very hard to recover the data anyway. And this solution is enormously fast, and you don't need all the difficult equipment basically to back up your data. I would recommend Dell to basically any person that I know. It's very easy to work with them. They have very good support and they're always interested in even after how things are going. So yes, we have very good experience with Dell and very good relationship.